Okay, Chevra, we're on Yud Zayin Amid Beis. We just finished a little bit of a segue, and the truth is, those who fully are with us, wonderful. Those who maybe aren't, we're about to learn a Lishna Achrina, and the Lishna Achrina, in class in the Lishna Achrina form, names are going to switch, slight dinim are going to switch, so it's gonna build, but at the same time, it's almost like a separate sugya, but the same sugya. Rav Ram, yes, it's freezing. And if you want to turn on the noisemaker, you could, but we didn't think it was going to do anything. So there's hot food, Baruch Hashem, to warm the soul. Bisura. Bisura. No, not Bisura as in garbage. Bisura. That's what it is, right? Bisura is garbage? I just thought of that one on the spot. Not bad. Bisura. Yeah, we're smack in the middle of the Amidi Zayin base. The first word of the line is Hayil. First word of the line is Hayil. Bisura Amri Leha Shemaitza. In Surah, they said this din, Bahai Lishna, with the following lashon. Bin Nahardai Masnu. In Nahardai, they said as follows. Meaning, what we learned till now is Surah, now we get Nahardai. Now, it is interesting, Surah and Nahardai are the respective yeshivas in Rav and Shmuel, and Rav and Shmuel are big players over here, so it makes a lot of sense, actually, that they're debating what Rav and Shmuel held, because Kiyadua, each yeshiva wants their Rebbe to have, the best opinion over here. But as follows, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. Schach Pasel Be'emsa Paisil Be'arba'a. And we remind ourselves, Arba'a is Tfachim. So Pasel Schach in the middle. So it has a gishmak for those who are holding with us, and those who aren't, you won't be as gishmak, but it'll be clear. Here, the Gemara is a bit more verbose. The Gemara explains the difference between the schach being on the side of the sukkah to the middle of the sukkah. And these are really the explanations that we've been giving the last blot without knowing them. Now the Gemara articulates it. So says the Gemara, schach pasel be'emsa. If you have pasel schach in the middle of your sukkah, pasel be'arba'a. It pasels with 4, again, tfachim. Min hatzad. If the same pasel schach is on the side of your sukkah, pasel be'arba amos. Then it's 4 amos. We're very familiar with this. What's the reason? Because if it's on the side, we have daifen akuma. If your pasel schach is connected to your wall, then the wall extends, and Allah Sinai says, Dalit Amos. If the pasel schach is in the middle of your sukkah, then says Shmuel, it's 4 tfachim. Now, if you're remembering, this is really what Rav's opinion was in the previous Gemara. If you remember the whole conversation between Rabbah and the Talmidim of Rav, the Talmidim of Rav were the ones that said, Pasel schach dalet tfachim, avir gimel tfachim, and the Talmidim of Rav responded, don't ask from the Mishnah, because that's on the side. Okay, I know. If you could make that equation beautiful. If not, let's not get lost in what's going on over here, because it really is its own isolated Gemara. So again, Shmuel holds what? Pasel schach, depends where you are. If you're in the middle, dalet tfachim. If you're against the wall, 4 amos. V'Rav Amar, says the Hilig Rav, bein min hatzad, bein be'emsa, be'arba amos. Wherever you are, it's 4 amos, which was Shmuel's opinion from before, if we were remembering. Wherever you are, you have up until Dalid amos. End of names. So again, let's reorient ourselves this time. Shmuel is differentiating between the middle and the side, side of the middle, and Rav is holding it's the same thing. Shmuel is saying on the side it's Dalet Amos, Daifen Akuma, in the middle Dalet Tfachim. Rav is saying middle or side, Dalet Amos. Now, the Gemara is going to have a bunch of questions. The questions hopefully should sound slightly familiar. We did not have them recently. We had them a little bit ago, but hopefully they'll sound familiar. Tanan, we learned in a Mishnah. Are we all so far so clear? Yeah, we're good. Givaldik. Tanan. Nosan aleho neser. if you put on top of your sukkah a neser, which is a plank of wood, shehu rachav arba'a tfachim, which is 4 tfachim wide, kishira, it is kosher.
Connecting or
Alt that it's it's be'etzem kosher schach, but it's too wide. If you remember back from then, this was our gezerah, right? Because this is the gezerah that you might come to sit inside your house. But what we're focusing right now is on the size. It says if it's 4 tfachim, it's puzzle. Now let's just think out loud over here. Did it say in this? Did it say in the middle? Did it say on this side? It didn't say anywhere. Very good. Says the Gemara. Let's speak that out. Bishlama, it's good liraf. According to Rav, that he says, Bein min emsa, bein min atzad. At what level does it become possible? Be'arba amois. The Mishnah is very easy. Mishum hachi k'sheira. Why? Because it's 4 tfachim. Very simple, according to Rav. Elo li Shmuel. According to Shmuel, Dama be'emsa barba. Shmuel says, if it's in the middle of your sukkah, it's possible with 4 tfachim. A Mike Shira. A straight up Mishnah, not like Shmuel. What's the teretz? An obvious teretz. Answer Shmuel. Hacha b'may askinan min hatzad. Yeah, Shmuel says I'm asking 4 tfachim is kosher, not in the middle, on the side. The Mishnah didn't say anything. That's how Shmuel will learn the Mishnah. We can have a few kashas in the exact same thing. So again, let's just remind yourself. Shmuel holds on the side, it's Dalet Amos, in the middle is Dalet Tfachim. Rav holds everything, both side and middle is Dalet Amos. Now, I'll point out, L'chayra, I didn't see anyone that says this, but just to point out a little bit of math, those that have been holding with us, this same Shakla Vitaria, we could have really said an Amud Aleph, just with the other names. It was the same exact din. We made the same exact differentiation. Side, middle, Teifin Akuma, 4 Tfachim, same thing. L'chayra, this discussion is not specific to this Lashon. It's just in classical Gemara sense. We say Lashon A, we say Lashon B, and then we ask Kasha. So again, if you're just wondering, wait, we could have asked this before and just play the names. L'chayra, I don't see any reason to say that. But let's not confuse yourself. Tashima continues the Gemara. So again, what was the kasha? One more time. The Mishnah said, Dalit Tfachim kosher. According to Rav, simple. Because when does it become possible? Dalit Amos. No. The Mishnah said, Dalit Tfachim. Nasanala Neser Shurach of Dalit Tfachim is kosher. So according to Rav, it's simple because Rav says everything is possible only at Dalit Amos. According to Shmuel, wait, but in the middle it's possible with Dalit Tfachim. Answers the Gemara. The Mishnah is talking about on the side. Tashema. We continue quoting a Braisa. Shnei Sadinim, 2 sheets. Again, the point of a sheet is that it's not kosher for schach. Says the Braisa, mitzdarfin, combined to be Pasal schach. Shnei nesarim.
Even like 2 ends?
No. No, l'chayr has to be next door to each other. L'chayr has to be next door to each other. Yeah, l'chayr has to be next door to each other. Yeah, the Pashup shot is at the next door to each other. Shnei nesarim, 2 planks of wood. Ein mitzdarfim, don't combine. Okay. Rameir Oimer, Nisarim are like Hisadinim, that they combine. Machlok is Tanikama and Rameir, 2 planks of wood combine to create Pasal Schach. Says the Gemara, Bishlama, now we go full circle. Lahach Lishna, according to our Lashon right now, De'amar Rav, that Rav said, Bein Bemsa, Bein min atzad, whether it's in the middle, whether it's on the side, be'arba amois, my mitzdarfin. What did this brisa mean that it's mitzdaref? That it combines mitzdarfin l'dalet amois, that they are 4 tfachim, but they combine to the largest shield dalet amois. Wonderful. Lo lahach lishna. But according to the Lashon Amarav, be'emsa be'arabo, that in the middle it passes with 4 tfachim. Hechidami. What's the case? What's the case of planks of wood or sheets combining. If they're already for, what are you combining? It's already possible. It's regular bamboo slats. So what does it mean that they're mitzdarif? Now, if you remember, it's the exact same question the Gemara said back there in Daf Yudalid. Carbon copy Gemara. Now we just appreciate it better because now we know the machlaikas. Says the Gemara. Now, it could be you're all wondering, why are we asking lahach lishna derav? Why don't we just ask in Shmuel? I don't have an answer to that question. I don't have an answer to that question. Says the Gemara, everyone gets the question. Again, the Brisa said, that's only in this Lashon. In the previous, right. So here, for some reason, the Gemara now asks, according to other Lashon. Why just ask according to Shmuel? Shmuel is the one that just said here that Be'emsa is Dal Tfachim. So why don't we just ask the same question? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why we don't ask on Shmuel. But either way, let's not get lost in the names because the names are important, but the understanding is much more important. Again, what's the question? The question is that this Brisa said that planks of wood, mitzdarfin, combine, sheets combine, maybe. We don't know which one. Says more, what does it mean it combines? If we're going according to the Lashon that says it's all about Dalit Amos, I think it combines to Dalit Amos. If we're going to the Lashon that's Dalit Tfachim, what does it mean it combines? If it's Dalit Tfachim, it's possible. If it's not Dalit Tfachim, it's a regular piece of bamboo. If you think about it, it's crazy. It's mitzarfin, so it sounds like all my bamboo slats next door to each other should all combine to create a psil sukkah. Doesn't make any sense, and you can never have a sukkah. So says the Gemara, La'ilam. Again, not such a glamorous teretz. Disbu arba. Really, it is 4 tfachim. If it's 4 tfachim, my mitzdarfin, we just said dal tfachim already is possible. Mitzdarfin, l'arba mas minatzad. Exact same teretz. So again, basically, we just had 2 kashas, both questions centered around the fact that we had a source that taught us that seemingly there should be a psol at dalit tfachim. The first Mishnah said up until 4 is kosher. This Brisa said at 4 it's mitzdarfin. And both times you basically have the same answer. You're right. If you play your cards and it's in the middle, it's a kasha. So I'll just tell you it's talking about the side. Now one more Brisa. Again, very similar. Tashima, 3 lines from the bottom.
I thought it would take a whole different, that 2 together in the middle.
Oh.
House already. And then...
So it's interesting. Over there on Daf Yudalid, when we spoke about, that's what we were speaking about, the Gezerah. Interesting. Okay, we have to compute that. We really have to.
There's nothing here to try to figure out is it mitzvah or not.
Right, there was the Gezerah. Right, correct.
But they said it is mitzvah.
Right, no. So what Ravi's saying is that in our Gemara, we didn't really have to think so deeply about it. Because over here, we have just a simple, is in the middle of the side. If I could shtup the answer on the side, it's no kasha. Meaning, because on the side you have until Dalet Amos and everything is good. Could be. Okay, let's see one more Bryce. Again, a very similar Bryce. Tashema. Sicha ben Isarin shel Erez. You made schach of Erez, of cedar, sheish ben arba, that are 4 tfachim. Divrei Yaakov psula. Everyone holds it's possible. Ein ben arba. If it's not 4 tfachim, Rameir Paisel, V'Rav Yehuda Machshir. Rameir is Moide on the top of Yeches Amar Aleph. Sheim yesh bein neser leneser. If there is between each plank kimal neser, the size of the plank itself.
The type of wood makes a difference.
You're asking, why does it speak about? Yeah. Good question. That is a good question. No, but we didn't.
Smell or something?
No, Erez is a beautiful type of wood. Erez is a beautiful type of wood. Very nice. The Rashash asks your kasha. The Rashash is bothered. Why in the world did we go with Erez? He says, he gives you teretz. Look at that. That's the way they made the roofs. And therefore, that's why it says that case. Which is interesting, because I was going to answer you, the whole Gemara and Daf Yudalid, we never said that. And there we were talking about Gzeras, take care of the Gzera of the roof. Okay, interesting, very nice. So 1 second, we're in the middle of a Brisa. If you have the space the size of a plank, what do? Sheminiach pesel beineim. What's pesel? Pesel is kosher schach. Uksheira, and it's kosher. Again, let's I don't know if we're gonna get here. But let's try. Bishlama, we're gonna have to chaz the last piece anyways. But it's Thursday, so it's fine. Bishlama lemanda amar bein bemsa bein min atzad b'dalet amois. Whichever manda amar that is, meaning depending on which lashon you're going with, whether it's in the middle of the side of dalet amois b'shemachi sheira. Why is it kosher? Because again, you have pasal schach kosher, pasal kosher, pasal kosher. So everything's good and dandy. That 4 tfachim is pasal in the middle of your schach, a Mike Shera. Why is it kosher? What's the question? How big were these nisarim? Were these planks of wood? Look at the bottom of Yudzayin Beis. Secha ben Azar and Shal Eres, Sheishan Arba, Diver Kol Psula, Ein Ben Arba. So Rameir said it's possible, Rav Yehuda said it's kosher, and now Rameir, the opinion that says that it's possible if it's not 4 admits that what? If you fill up in between, it's going to be kosher. So asks the Gemara 1 second. If you hold again that it's Dalet Amois, everything's good. Dalet Amois is very simple to understand. Why? Because everything here is Tfachim, and we have kosher, basal, everything's good and dandy. Great. But if you hold Dalet Tfachim, 1 second. Why is it kosher? Oh, let everyone good. Let's let Rashi explain what the kasha is. Look at Rashi, top line. Amay ksheira b'chol achas me'anisarim yeshir livsol heicha teleka lemishraya b'toifen akuma v'zu kula mevulvelis b'hen v'im gedelihi oisan. Okay, I don't want to get confusing. We're going to pick up from here. I always wanted this issue. But let's just speak out. Let's just speak out outside a few dinim to have like global dinim really of this last blot. The whole Yud Zayin was really a few very simple dinim, and now just fitting into names and faces. The simple dinim are that we have a din about airspace passeling. We have a din about schach pasel passeling. There are 3 potential answers to every question. There's gimel tfachim, which is by avir, airspace. You have dalit tfachim of schach pasel or dalit amois of schach pasel. These 2 dinim are, there's a few points that, well, actually nothing's conclusive, but depending on whichever lashon you're in, dalit amois, everyone will agree on the side you have up until dalit amois, because of Teif and Akuma, the bent wall. The question just is, do you also have Dalet Amois of Schach Pasel in the middle of your sukkah? That's the machlaikas between really Rav and Shmuel. That's really the 2 lashonos differ at that point.
Does Akuma work in the middle of the sukkah?
No, because the way Teif and Akuma works is that
argument?
no, very good. So what's the argument? That can't be the argument because David and Kuba can only work on the side. So we saw on the very top of Yizayim Beis that the opinion that holds you have up until Dalit Amois for Schach Pasel in the middle of your sukkah. Where does that come from? That comes from Halacha L'Moshe Misinai. From where? We have no clue. That's what Shmuel taught us. Shmuel said Halacha L'Moshe Misinai. How do we know it? We don't know. That's what he said. So Zalach Moshe Sinai, Gimel Tfachim of airspace, that's called Lavan, close to the gap. We have a new, maybe Alach Moshe Sinai of Dalit Tfachim of Dalit Amois of Schach Pasel in the middle. And then we have Alach Moshe Sinai of Dalit Amois of David Akuma next to the wall. Now, the other dinim that happened was we had some kashas of Mishnayos and Braisos that seemed to prove it's in the middle, it's on the side. And each time the Gemara simply answered, no, it's talking about the side, it's not a kasha. We're going to pick up from this last little shtickle and then we'll go into the next Gemara next week. Again, we're off on Sundays.